listening to the Fayetteville 411 podcast, produced by the City of Fayetteville, where you'll get information about city government and the programs and services we provide. You'll get topics of interest and an inside look into the various departments that help keep our city moving. I'm Sherry Kropp, and today I have a special guest who is my co-host, and that is David Scott. David, thanks for joining me as co-host today.
Thanks for having me, and thank you all for joining us for Fayetteville 411. The City of Fayetteville is making strides to expand its pedestrian plan to create a more walkable city for everyone. We invited Virginia Small and John McNeil from the city's Traffic Services Department to talk about the Fayetteville Pedestrian Plan. Hi and welcome. Virginia, what is the pedestrian plan?
So the pedestrian plan is a plan that will identify areas around the city that we may have some gaps in sidewalk or maybe some safety concerns. So the plan is to help identify those areas and to help make improvements, mainly for safety, mainly for connectivity, getting people to where they want to be, transit stops, shopping centers, library, schools.
And John, when was the plan put in place?
So this plan is an update to the 2018 pedestrian plan, which identified over 100 projects. Some of those projects have been completed and some of them have been funded by the recently approved bond package.
Mm-hmm. The GEO bond, yeah.
The GEO bond. So the majority of those projects have either been complete or funded. So some of the larger projects, the more identifiable projects would be NC 59 Hope Mills Road, or Yakin Road from Fort Liberty to Skybow, and also including McPherson Church Road.
Yeah, I've seen some sidewalks going in over there off Hope Mills Road.
Yeah, and that's exactly where I live at. So yeah, when that whole improvement process was going, that was great to see.
Mm-hmm. And now, how does updating the pedestrian plan benefit residents and the community as a whole?
To see where there are still other opportunities, because even though there are other plans and items have been built, sidewalk have been built, improvements have been made, we still have a lot of opportunity still for additional improvement.
Mm-hmm.
So the updated plan would take any projects not complete from the previous plan, be it sidewalk or intersection improvements, and basically move those projects over to the new pedestrian plan, and would help from different citizens and input from citizens. We'll be able to identify new locations of need.
And you know what? So many people, benefit from these sidewalks and crosswalks, such as people who are using our transit services as they're walking to the bus stops. We have many running clubs here in Fayetteville. I know I use sidewalks to go and do my weekly jog and run. So a lot of improvements that come with this will benefit those and make it more connective.
Right, and that's why we do want to hear from the citizens, because they are the ones that are out there utilizing the facilities, and they can identify areas. In fact, just yesterday, one of our team members at work says, "How come you don't have sidewalk over here?" And it's like, well, it is identified in the plan. So it's like, well, it's coming. It's just because it was identified and said that, yes, it made the list, and it still has to go through design phase, engineering phase, construction phase, all the way till the end. So John was actually the team lead for the 2018 plan. And now he's over on the engineering side. So he's taking the plans that he helped develop, and now they're going through the next phases all the way through to construction, seeing it out to the end.
So public engagement plays a huge role in updating this pedestrian plan. Can you tell us about any online tools or surveys that residents can use to contribute to the pedestrian plan?
Yes, so right now we have on our website, the FayettelleNC.gov Walking Safe, there is a banner that says coming soon. It'll send you to a link to put your email address in and to get future information on the plan. So right now we are getting ready to go into our phase 1 of our public engagement. It's going to last the entire month of August. Same website. Along with that, there'll be an input map where you can drop a pin, leave comments. Also, about a 15-question survey, an online survey. And then we will have our first in-person open house that's going to be on August 28th from 4 to 7 at the Fast Transit Center. So we'll be there along with the consulting team to have some, just any additional information. And the greatest thing is that we're going to be at the Fast Center while people are switching and maybe, waiting to get on their next bus or whatever, that they can, hopefully they can have a lot of input in on the plan. And then also too, we have an opportunity with the Fayetteville Woodpeckers that also during August, we don't have the dates yet, but all that information will be on our website come August 1st. For 2 opportunities at home games, we'll have a table to also promote the plan with some information. And then the Woodpeckers also put together tickets for any residents that are wanting to take the survey. They can have a buy one, get one free offer for one of their games. And so they told us we could go ahead. They're ready to go ahead and share that right now, but we will be sharing that on our website on August 1st as well.
Oh, wow. I'll take the survey for some free tickets.
Yeah.
Buy one, get
that's
one
a
free.
sweet deal. Yeah. With the surveys, what type of feedback are you looking to get from the residents? And how does that feedback impact the plan?
Everything will be taken into consideration. We're just looking for what you're looking for in a pedestrian plan. What are you looking for as a walker or a jogger or a transit rider? What kind of things do you see, and where do you see that improvements can be? Then, some general questions about, where you live, if you live in the city limits, or if you work in the city limits, or come here to do, other activities.
We want citizens to tell us where they would like sidewalk. We would like them to tell us where there was almost an accident, because sometimes
Yeah, the near misses don't show up.
near misses. Anywhere somebody would like to walk, or a destination they would like to go to, that's the information that we need.
And then we assess what's there, see what kind of improvements can be made in those areas.
So, John, tell me how some of the projects are determined. Is there like a priority ranking, or how is that determined?
Identified projects are ranked using a scoring methodology. The scoring takes into consideration safety, connectivity, access to different destinations such as shopping malls, grocery stores, transit access, and we get a lot of that information from the public input.
And I know that a lot of these, you collaborate with NCDOT on a lot of these projects, correct?
Yes, ma'am. NCDOT is actually a partner on this pedestrian plan, so it's a 50-50 partnership with DOT on this plan. DOT and other people, other members of the steering committee, have a lot of input for the pedestrian plan, and we also work closely with DOT on major roadway projects to implement some of the projects or improvements identified in the plan.
You mentioned the steering committee. Tell us about that steering committee and who they're made out of.
So we have a very large steering committee this year. We have different members of city departments. We also have Cumberland County Schools, Fort Liberty representation, and then some citizens. We do have citizens on the steering committee also. We have a city employee with different departments that we meet twice a month. To go over just different items, different things that the public engagement Adrian is working on, or also Zachary, any updates that he has. And then we have the quarterly steering committee that has other departments and other outside members.
Residents are taking their time to do this survey, and we want to make sure that we get their feedback and input. But what would you say to residents who feel that their input may not make a difference?
Well, that's a good question. I guess I would encourage, especially if it's in one of our in-person meetings, that everything will be somewhat taken into consideration. We want to make sure that if it's important to them, it's important to us. We know that there's not going to be always 100%, that just because, we say that and they say that they're going to have a sidewalk there, or because there could be other challenges. There could be some stormwater issues. There could be some other engineering issues that might go on that, we cannot put a pedestrian facility in a particular area. But at least if they let us know that, and if we can give them a reason why it can't happen there, or give them other solutions of where we are working, it maybe in the same area. But we do want to make sure that we want to encourage their participation in it.
And that's why it's so important for them to take the survey.
Yes.
And then you're having a meeting towards the end of August where they can actually come and get information. And
Right.
do you go over the results from the survey at that meeting, or?
No, those results will be sometime in September after the public engagement period closes, and the consultants have time to go over that, and that will be reviewed with the steering committee.
And when is the meeting at the end of August? I'm sorry, I can't
Yes.
remember the date.
Yes, so that's August 28th. That's Wednesday from 4 to 7.
Okay. And is there any registration required for people to attend the meeting? Where is it going to be held at?
No, there's no registration. We'll be at the Fast Transit Center. We will make sure that we put that on our website, FayettelleNC.gov, Walking Safe.
I would just like to say how important it is for citizens to provide their input with this pedestrian plan, because we want a safe and walkable community to move Fayetteville forward.
All right, well, thanks, John and Virginia, for joining us today. Again, residents can go to FayettelleNC.gov/walking safe to get more information about the pedestrian plan update, and can attend the public meeting on August the 28th at the Fast Transit Center from 4 to 7 p.m. And that wraps up for this episode of the Fayetteville 411. The Fayetteville 411 is one of several podcasts that the city produces for our podcast channel, Radio Fayetteville. Be sure to subscribe to Radio Fayetteville, available on most of your favorite podcast streaming platforms.
You can also listen to every podcast that Radio Fayetteville has to offer by downloading the Fay TV streaming app, available now on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon Fire TV. You can view all of our video content by visiting faytv.net. To get information about city services, go to our webpage at FayettelleNC.gov. Thanks for joining us.